Hey everyone, how are you doing? It's Simon Steele, and I want to talk to you about something briefly. Hopefully I can get through it real fast, but just a quick reminder to help some people out who may need some help. Just some basic things that the average person will know, but there might be some people who don't, and that's what I'm here for. The people who may not know, the people who may not understand, may not get it, and need just a little motivation to give them that boost to get over the hump. So what we're going to talk about is being hurricane ready. Being ready for these disasters and these emergencies that we all know that we're going to have to face and deal with in life. And sometimes it's difficult and you just need a little direction to help you get over the hump. So, of course, I like talking about budgeting. I like talking about being financially literate so that you can understand what's going on with your funds. That way you have more control over the situation. We weren't always educated. And so now we have to educate ourselves, and that's what I'm here for. The little bit that I do know and that I do understand, I'm willing to help and share. And it's important that our community does give back, help and share. All right, so to be hurricane ready, there's only so much that you can do against a hurricane. You can't get out there and physically fight it, but you can prep for you and your family to have success during this hard time. One thing most importantly that you have to make sure that you do, if you own a house, have insurance. Get insurance on your property. If you're just renting out a property, make sure you get rental insurance. That is key, and that is going to help you with your sensitive items, things that are near and dear to you and that are important to you, for you to be able to have insurance on those things. Don't try to negotiate it. Don't try to rationalize it. Do what's best for you. Insurance is a good thing. All right. One thing you can do to be hurricane ready is something I have another video about that you can go back and look and see. And when I talk about being 3 to 6 months ready for an emergency, in the fact that you creatively find a way to set money to the side for any type of emergency, whether it be natural disasters, whether it be your job loss, or whether it be illness, or maybe there's a family member that needs to borrow some money from you. I don't know. You need to have 3 to 6 months worth of emergency funds, a savings set aside for these situations. So that's on a broad scale what we can do to be hurricane ready. I'm going to deal with some other things as well, but this is just a broad scale. Because if you have 3 to 6 months worth of funds ready, the average person can't always do the 6 months. That takes a long time to build up, but you can get there through a little sacrifice and a little dedication and discipline. But if you're able to get to that 3-month mark, then when these emergencies happen, then you can pull from there. It sucks to have a natural disaster and you have to pull from your checking account or from that, from your checking account that you're going to use to pay bills. Now, if your checking account is nice and fluffy and everything's good, then this isn't for you. But when you have to pull from a place that is used to pay the present bills or next month's bills, that's not good, especially if that bill deals with your food and your shelter. Definitely not a good thing. Of course, your utilities as well. So if you can slowly build up those 3 months, and what I'm talking about, I'll give an example. Let's say you make $24,000 a year annually. So that means you make $2,000 a month. And we're not talking about gross, we're talking about net. This is what you bring into the house. This is what you got. So when you bring that $2K into your house, into your checking account, what we're saying then, if you want to have 3 months worth of an emergency, let's say it takes you $2,000 a month to pay all your bills to have everything covered, then you want to have at least $6,000 in an emergency fund, savings account, somewhere that you can get access to and pull to help yourself. Now, everyone can't start here. So sometimes you may have to start with trying to do $1,000. Your emergency fund may be $1,000. That's fine. And if you can't start with $1,000, then I definitely advise you to get it to $500. $500 is reasonable, and you have to take your time and work your way up there. I don't care if it's $25 a month that you put to the side till you build up, $50 a month. You might be able to do 25, 25, 25, January, February, March, and April something may happen. You might only have $10. Well, guess what? Take that $10 and slide it in there too. It's all going to work together for the good. So let's get to that $500 mark. Because you got to understand the average emergency is going to cost you about $500. if you need new tires, that may cost anywhere between $1,000 to $500. If a battery goes bad, battery's over $100. Depending on what's going on, you're going to need about $500. Something goes wrong with the car, you got to get out of town. Even for these hurricanes, the average hotel facility is going to jack up the price. So if you got to stay 2 or 3 days, plus the gas money, plus food to eat out of town because your groceries are back home probably getting spoiled if the electricity goes out, you're going to spend about $500 on an emergency room, on a hotel, on a hurricane emergency. Okay, also understand that hurricane season is going to last all the way till November, maybe the middle of November. So you got to prep. So here's some of the things that we can do to prep. One of the things that we can do to prep is when the gas prices are super low, go fill up those gas cans. Wait till the gas prices are super low. I know it's, the difference between $1 or $2, but that's fine. Every dollar counts when we're trying to get our money right. So gas prices are low because, example, Dorian just passed. So a lot of us aren't dealing with Dorian anymore. There are still some people who are, our prayers go out to the family and different people in the Bahamas and other places, maybe the Carolinas that are dealing with Dorian. So keep them in your prayers. But a lot of us, maybe Georgia and Florida, aren't dealing with the effects of Dorian anymore. So wait till those gas prices go low, fill up those gas cans. Bottled water. Get your bottled water in advance. Plywood. Find good deals on plywood if you want to board up your windows and everything. Another secret. Hotels. A lot of people are spending money on hotels during these hurricanes, but the truth of the matter is you can get hotel points to where those hotel rooms are free. And another video, also please like and subscribe. Follow some of the other videos, they'll be able to help. And some of the videos are connected. Well, all of them are actually connected on purpose, methodically. So I talked on one video about how to build up your credit, but also how to benefit. And that's by going to get a credit card. And when you get a credit card, but get it connected to a hotel chain. So if the credit card is connected to a hotel chain, while you're building your credit, you're also getting points. So when emergencies like this happen, you don't have to use any of the $500 towards hotel costs. You can use your points towards hotel costs, and you put that money in your pocket. Who knows? You might be able to get a room for somebody else, and when you get a room for somebody else, they may pay you the cash, and you pay with points. So it's another way to put money in your pocket during an emergency. Okay, so now you save money with the hotel. Get flashlights and batteries. Flashlights and batteries should cost you nearly nothing, because if you get with DG, Dollar General, find one of those days where they have the $3 off or the $5 off, get your coupons together, then these are some items that you can throw in the buggy and end up getting for free. This stuff doesn't have to cost you if we prep properly. It's all about prepping, planning, and getting yourself in the right position. Some other things that I have on here, travel with your laundry detergent. If you travel with your laundry detergent, then you'll save yourself some money when you have to run to Walmart to get certain things to wash clothes. If you got a good family member, you can stay with a family member and save money as well. Loaf of bread and peanut butter and jelly. You don't have to always go out to eat. There might be some meals where, you're traveling a good distance and the family can just, make some sandwiches. Get you some lunch meat. Also, this is very, very important. I purposely wrote this on here. Oil change and tires. Whew. Okay. I was looking the other day and watching everybody prep for the hurricane, and I saw a lot of people, the Walmart line was backed up with vehicles because people were trying to get maintenance done on their vehicles. And it's dangerous to try to hit this road without having these things done. So now, once again, that budget has to be in place. Those 3 months have to be in place. That $1,000, that $500's got to be in place, because now people's budget is getting knocked off, not just for having to have about $500 to get out of town and get shelter, but then they had to spend money on oil change. Then they had to buy some of these other things. And before they know it, that emergency was well over $500. And it's frustrating because then you get back and you may not have needed to do any of it. So if we prep properly well in advance, then these things won't throw us off. Here's an example. If you had $500 saved and Hurricane Dorian cost you $300 to prep, to get out of town and everything else, then you can replace it within 2 months by just putting $100 a month back into that $500 emergency fund. So then we're back to where we need to be and slowly building up that emergency fund. But if you don't have it there at all, to try to come up with that $500 at the last minute, living paycheck to paycheck, you're going to have problems. And then you're going to contemplate putting yourself in harm's way when you really shouldn't. Because if you have things in place, then even though there's a natural disaster coming, you might be able to just go on a vacation. So it's the difference between having to rush out of town unsure, or saying, I got to stay in town because I don't have the money and I have to risk the harm that's coming my way, to where if you prep properly, you can say, you know what, family, let's go on vacation for a couple days. And let's have a nice time while we're out. Because we have planned properly for any disaster, for any illness, or anything else that will take place. And if you got it all together and everything's okay, then that's when you can also help a loved one and a family member that you truly care about. Once again, be blessed and have a great day. Thank you.